Well, gentlemen, I think you know why we're all here. No, Sean, actually, we don't know why we're here. I mean, to be perfectly frank, I have a suspicion. But considering that two of us are dead and one of us is alive, I'm really not sure what's happening here. Obviously, you missed the part where Sean is very upset about No Time to Die. Is that true, Sean? You're still on that? It's been several months since that movie came out. Yeah, several months and they still can't figure out how to fix it. That bloody bastard blew up the whole series, all of our hard work. Well, 5 of us worked pretty hard. I'm still thinking about the Aussie. We're all still thinking about the Aussie. Hello, gentlemen. I received a lovely invitation to come and join you. I'm not quite sure why, though. What's going on here? And why am I talking to 2 dead men and one who's alive? Well, if it makes you feel any better, you stupid schmuck. You can count yourself among me and Roger now since you blew up the frickin' series. Don't feel terribly bad about this, Daniel. He's been on this for months. And frankly, I couldn't take it anymore. I had to have somebody else here to listen to him. Pierce, you going to help me out here, or you just going to let these 2 run rampant on you? Well, he did help you out. He may die another day. Oh, Jesus. You're on that again, Roger? Invisible car. Need I say more? Did he just make a yes? Okay. Hang on. I'm gonna get some help. Oh, you're going to ask for Vesper or for Madeline? No, I think the dumb schmuck's actually going to ask his daughter for help. Fellas, what are you doing? Why is Daniel so upset? Well, as I heard it, he's upset because he didn't get an Oscar nomination. That would be a Tony. Oscar, Tony. He's really having a fun spring, isn't he? Ah, that bastard. He couldn't get a nomination if his life depended on it. At least the dumb idiot over here on my left got a couple of nominations. Hey! Those were hard-earned nominations. 2 Golden Globes. 2? What 2? Should I tell them, Pierce? Only if you get it correct, my dear. He got 1 for Nancy Astor and 1 for The Matador. Oh, my God. She's memorized my IMDb. Yes, I have. Now, why are you picking on Daniel? No Time to Die. Oh, boy. Okay, guys. Now, see here, fellas. That happens to be a perfectly fine movie, and there is no reason to pick on Daniel. It was an actor's prerogative. Now, grant you, I do have some questions about how he got to do things that neither you, Roger, nor you, Pierce, ever got to do. And let's not even start to talk about Sean coming back for 2 movies. Oh, please, no, let's not talk about that, dear, because that's going to lead you right into giving old Mr. 70-year-old one more crack at it. Hey, you, now hang on, Sean, you got one more crack at it with Diamonds Are Forever. 2 if we count Never Say Never Again. We don't. All right. Either way, Hugh got one more crack at it. Roger did 7 films. It's only fair that Pierce gets to do 5. I did 5. Does it appear that we're talking again to you, Daniel? I'm really not sure what's going on here. I feel like it's a very bad fantasy sequence with too many people trying to do too many accents. Pierce! What was that for? Let's see. Mamma Mia? Remember Me? Oh, I gotta give it to you for Remember Me. That was not a Brooklyn accent. Whoever said it was does not love you, Pierce. All right, I've had enough. I'm going to take my beer, which you very nicely provided for me, and I'm going to get out of here. Excuse me. Well, you've done it now, boys. You've ruined Jubilee for Daniel. How do you feel? Well, considering that I'm dead, I don't feel anything. Pierce? I have no idea how to respond. Sean? And I never liked him anyway, so... But I will say, my dear, that you're looking quite lovely. Do you really think so, Sean? Why, yes, I do. You look very good in navy blue. I agree with Sean. You look quite lovely. And Pierce, what do you think? Of course she's going to ask, Pierce. Stop being jealous. Pierce, what do you think? I think you look lovely as well. Well then, I suppose we can just pause here and let Daniel come in for the review proper. And then we will talk about the rest of this. And your horribly mean behavior. It's not mean if it's the truth. Everybody, it's Barbara. And if you couldn't tell from the crazy introduction, this is a review of Daniel Craig as James Bond in No Time to Die. His standing as a Bond is still being determined. Thank you, Roger. We don't need any more comments from the peanut gallery. Daniel is upset enough as is. He bloody well should be. Sean, enough. Don't make me get Deadpool. Anyway, where were we? Yes, this is Daniel Craig from No Time to Die as he appears in the pre-title sequence. You know, the part where he's still alive. Pierce, stop it. Guys, come on. Okay, so this is Daniel Craig's outfit as he appears in No Time to Die in the pre-titles. Yes, when he's still alive. Anyway, so he wears this very nice, it looks like corduroy on film. And it's made to look like corduroy here too, but it is not corduroy. It is, well, it's not, this suit definitely is not corduroy, but I think it's a different kind of material. It's a brown cotton that's meant to mimic a little bit of the corduroy, but without the bulk. However, this suit is kind of bulky, and we'll talk about that in a couple of minutes. But first, as always, I want to start out by talking about the face sculpt, if the gentleman will allow me to do so. If we must. So, as always, I'd like putting light on the subject. So let's take a look now at his face in detail and with a light on it. As you can see, there is actually light in his eyes, and I believe they are the appropriate shade and coloring. And again, what I like here is that you can see there is some great detailing around his eyebrows, that you can see that there are actually strands of it. The hair on top is not as well done, but I'll say more about that in a second. There's also the appearance around his face of a little bit of wear and tear, the almost 5 o'clock shadow. There are nicely done lines on his lips. There are lines around his neck. He's got an Adam's apple. All of that is very well done. By the way, I think I should probably tell you, this is Blackbox. And the only reason why I didn't tell you that right away, and you'll see it toward the end of the review when I show you the box it comes in, they don't exactly tell you right away this is a Blackbox figure. There is a little bit of, I can't tell if that's a paint mistake, but there does appear to be a mole on his neck. I don't know if that's accurate to Daniel. I've seen worse ear canals. This is a pretty decent one. There's a little bit of detailing. But as you can see, there isn't terribly a lot of detailing in his hair. It's crop cut short. It's not as blonde as he really is. And there's in person, there's a little bit of an attempt at highlighting, but it's not fantastic. Let's take a look at his hands. His hands do have the wear, and they have a little bit of detailing. There isn't a whole lot in terms of veins or muscle, but there is an attempt at it. There is also He does have a little bit of nails in here. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to take the light off of it because it was shining too much. But there is an attempt at nails. And I believe that will be the same. And well, the left hand has a little bit more detailing, which you will see in a second. It does have a little bit more of a detailing of a vein, but it's not painted blue. It does have better nails, though. Well, the same kind of nails, I should say. And the palm, there's nothing extraordinary there. I mean, it has a little bit of detailing of lines. There's really not much sign of age, nor should there be. And since there's another little black dot over here on his finger, I'm going to say that the black dot that I pointed out on his neck was not a mole and was not intentional. That's the one pair of hands he comes with. He comes with another pair of hands, which are obviously very important to James Bond because it's a trigger finger. A little more detailing with the veins, not a whole lot. The line detailing on the inside is a little bit better, but maybe that's because he's creasing the hands, so I appreciate that they did that. His left hand is sort of at rest, like a natural at rest position, so you can tell that by the fact there aren't too many lines on the inside. And unfortunately, it looks like there's a seaming issue here. I don't know how well you can see that, but on mine there's a little bit of a seaming issue right at the knuckles all the way through. So those are his hands. He does have feet. He's not wearing socks, but he does have feet. The shoes can come off. They're loose, so I'm not going to really play with them. They're very nice brown with a brown sole, and they tie. So I'm not going to go too crazy with that, except to say, and then starting from here, nothing about this is lined. The pants are not lined. Neither is the jacket, and the jacket is the first time I've ever seen this, and I wasn't sure what was going on at first. The sewing on the inside is a mess, and for an unofficial action figure, I really can't say too much about that, but these are where the pockets are, so there's not even enough kind of lining to hide the sewing in of the pockets, so that was kind of weird and disappointing. As you can see, it's a nice tie. He's got a blue shirt that's accurate to the film. It has a pocket accurate to the film. Everything is going to close with Velcro except for this jacket, which really does close with black buttons. And as you can see from the inside, all of these pockets here, you could put something in it. Like, let me see. Gentlemen, not a word as I'm playing with his pockets. What could we possibly have to say? I don't know. There we go. As you can see, all the pockets work. He doesn't come with a belt. I have not seen No Time to Die. Wait a minute. You haven't seen No Time to Die and you're actually sitting here talking about this figure? Daniel, I don't have to see a movie to talk about a figure. Have you seen all of Sean's movies? Yes, I've seen all of Sean's movies. And you've seen Roger's 7, haven't you? Yes, I did. And you saw Pierce's 4? Oh, you poor dear. She did sit through Die Another Day twice in the movie theater. Hey! Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, what was I saying? Fellas, come on, you gotta stop distracting me. This is getting terrible. Well, then maybe you shouldn't shoot your reviews so late or try to do them with all of our voices. You're probably right about that. Anyway, so as I was saying, this is pretty much it for Daniel Craig. He does come with some interesting pieces to fill out the suit. And quite frankly, they are disappointing. Um, he comes with these glasses, which I will put on because they're easy to put on. Daniel Craig's Bond is known for wearing aviator sunglasses, so I was expecting him to come with, in fact, aviator sunglasses. He does not, but this might explain why his ears are sort of like Prince Charles's. These are not really these aren't really the sunglasses he wears in the movie either. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't see the movie, but I feel confident saying that those are a little off to what he wears in the movie. This watch came also with the set. There is absolutely no way for me to put this on. The little nods that I should use to be able to put the watch on, they're sealed shut. The brace doesn't move. And then the tab up here is also plastic, so I don't know if I have to punch these holes out or what, but that's definitely a watch fail. And I have not had a watch fail like that in a long time. Now, toward the end of the movie, he does very famously wear, as they call them in Great Britain, braces, as we call them in the U.S., suspenders. And this is where he will put Dodo, Matilda's stuffed animal. Now, if he's going to wear this with Dodo, there should be places in the back for this to go into, and there aren't. So this is a problem, that they made these suspenders braces and there's no place for them to fit. So that's kind of disappointing that they made that technical mistake. At some point, yes, this being a Bond film, there are, of course, costume changes for the men and the women. He comes with this very nice, very simple, long sleeve collared shirt. There are button details, but the buttons are not real. And the shirt, again, not lined, though the seaming is a little bit better. The final clothing accessory he comes with is a denim jacket, which I'm about to show you. Accurate to the film, the buttons open and close. I'm not going to open them. Like everything else, not lined. But you can tell because of this kind of detailing that the pockets are real. He also comes with the Walther. What do you know? They finally got one right. Roger. He does come with the Walther. The clip comes out. So there's that. And that's it for this figure. As I said, this is a black box figure, so I'm going to move Daniel out of the way for a second. Let you feast your eyes upon Sean. I am the star of this show. Be quiet, Sean. As I said, this is the black box logo, and that is the only end. If you have to turn it all the way around and have really good eyesight to see that it is in fact black box. Nothing on here identifies it as being James Bond or Daniel Craig or coming from No Time to Die. And that could be because they don't want Eon coming after them, but, that has not been an issue before with DID or the folks who made the MI6 figures. So I don't know what's going on here, and that they decided not to identify anything about the movie here. So of course now the question is, do you get this figure? The three of you keep quiet. I have to say that as a sculpt, I don't know when we're going to get more sculpts of Daniel. I did see very recently that there's one coming of Chris Evans's character from Knives Out. I did not see that they were going to do one for Daniel Craig's character for Knives Out. So I don't know if they will, or if Daniel Craig is one of those people who, for whatever reasons, doesn't want a sculpt of himself. It's possible. This is a pretty good likeness, all things considered. He does have a hard face to sculpt. The last time I saw anyone try it was almost 20 years ago now, when Robert Tonner had the license for the film The Golden Compass, and they did Daniel Craig in 16 inches. For 12 inches and for off-market, this is not bad at all. The face, if you're getting this for the face sculpt, and then obviously you kit bash it and you can put together any numerous tuxedos, whatever else is out there. There's certainly enough out there that you can kit bash pretty much any scene you want from the series, and it would look really good. So if you can find the black box figure and you can find it at a reasonable price, I would say just get it for the sculpt. You're really not getting it for anything else. There isn't much in the way of accessories, and the clothing is not spectacular. So, I mean, this isn't terrible, the feel of this, but you're really getting it just for the sculpt. So just keep that in mind if you're going to buy it. So this is Jubilee weekend. That is why I have everyone posed here in one shot. I thought it would be nice to have them. It is the Queen's 70th. Long may she reign. And it should be noted that all four of these men, plus Timothy Dalton and George Lazenby, they have all served under the same majesty. They have all been her secret servant. And that is a feat that I don't think is going to be repeated ever again. So it's pretty special. And I think it's very much a true testament to Elizabeth that we've had such an illustrious reign from her. So for Daniel Craig, Sean Connery, Roger Moore, Pierce Brosnan, and myself, Barbara, who is not British, but loves all things British, I will see, well, no, I don't like their racism and their colonialism. I will see you in my next review, where I will talk about these lovely accessories that are celebrate the Jubilee that you saw a little bit on the desk. And I will be doing some other miniature reviews for Miniature Monday. Until then, everybody, take care and bye-bye. Good. Are you done talking? I really do want to apologize to you, Daniel. I am sorry. I should not have come down on you so hard. It's all right, Pierce, I understand. It's not easy being us. As they say, more men have walked on the moon than been James Bond. It's a hard role. Well, I'm glad you understand it. And most of all, I'm really glad that Die Another Day is no longer the problem in the series. Pierce!